If your Dosatron is clicking but not drawing the concentrate, check your strainer. It could be plugged with debris. If it is clogged, just clean it out and retest your Dosatron unit. If there is still no suction, turn the water on. Unscrew and remove the suction hose nut and hose. Then, check to see if you feel suction on your finger. If you feel suction, just cut a ½ inch or so off the top of the hose and reattach. Or if the hose is cracked, rigid, or looks really old, just replace it. After you reinstall the suction hose, you should start to see the liquid begin moving up the hose. If you don't see the liquid move up the hose after a minute or so, or you didn't feel suction on your finger, we need to check the plunger seal. To do this, turn the water off and press the air bleed button on the bell housing a few times to release the pressure. Unscrew the injection stem nut. Then pull the injection stem straight out from the body of the injector and set it aside. Take a close look at the plunger seal for nicks, scratches, or wear. If you see damage or don't remember the last time you changed the seal, just replace it now. To begin, twist the plunger a quarter turn counterclockwise to disconnect. Set the unit aside. Use the small flat blade screwdriver and carefully remove the plunger seal by rolling it out of the groove. Install the new seal into the groove on the plunger. Reconnect the plunger by aligning the top with the retainer and twist it a quarter turn clockwise to lock. To finish up, slide the injection stem onto the plunger. Align the notches in the lower part of the body with the 2 teeth in the top of the injection stem assembly. Then thread on the injection stem nut hand tight. Slowly turn the water on and your injector should now be drawing the concentrate. If your injector is pushing water down into the concentrate tank, it's time to investigate the check valve. Start by removing the hose nut and hose and set aside. Unscrew and remove the check valve nut. Grab the barb and pull the check valve assembly straight out. Set the unit aside. To inspect the check valve parts, hold the assembly and twist the white top guide a quarter turn counterclockwise to release. Remove the spring and cone. Inspect all of the check valve parts. If they are dirty, you may be able to clean and reinstall them. If you see damage or you don't remember the last time you changed these parts, just replace them now. To reassemble, insert the cone into the top of the bar. Then slide the spring over the shaft and position the top guide. Align the guide and twist it a quarter turn clockwise to lock. Give it a tug to make sure everything is in position. You can now reinstall the check valve assembly into the stem and reinstall the check valve nut. Reconnect the hose and hand tighten the nut. This should stop the water from going back into the concentrate tank. If the injector isn't clicking, it's time to check out the piston. Begin by turning the water off and pressing the air bleed button on the top of the bell housing a few times to release the pressure. Use the strap wrench to loosen the bell housing. Then unscrew, remove, and set aside. Grasp the piston and pull it straight out. Visually inspect the upper and lower flanges on the piston shell. If they are worn or have scratches, the flanges need to be replaced. Another good way to check the flanges is by doing a fit test. To test the upper flange, invert the piston and insert it into the bell housing. It should fit snugly. To test the lower flange, twist the plunger a quarter turn counterclockwise and remove. Then insert the piston into the body. It too should be a snug fit. If either is loose, the flanges need to be replaced. To replace the upper flange, grasp and twist it counterclockwise. Remove by lifting straight up. To install the new upper flange, align the tooth inside the flange with the notch in the piston shell. Press it down into place and twist clockwise until it locks. To replace the lower flange, grasp and twist it counterclockwise. Remove by lifting straight up. To install the new lower flange, align the tooth inside the flange with the notch in the piston shell. Press it down into place and twist clockwise until it locks. To wrap up, reinstall the plunger by aligning the top with the retainer. Then twist it a quarter turn clockwise to lock. Slide the piston back into the body and reinstall the bell housing hand tight. When you turn the water on, the unit should start clicking.